When my daughter told me, "Dad, I don't want to see you anymore," I said, "I understand," calmly, but she added, "Mom's new boyfriend is a better father figure." At that moment, I smiled, because there were things I knew about Lisa's new boyfriend, Brad Mitchell. My name is William Carter, I'm 46 years old, and I'm the owner of Carter Investigations in Portland, and I'd been investigating Brad, who entered my ex-wife Lisa's life, for 3 months. These words from my 16-year-old daughter Emma had hurt me deeply. After divorcing Lisa 2 years ago, the relationship between Emma and me had been damaged. Lisa constantly told Emma that I was a workaholic, that I didn't value family time. 6 months ago, Lisa announced that she had started a relationship with Brad Mitchell. 38-year-old Brad was supposedly a successful business consultant. He was buying Emma gifts, taking her to expensive places, spending quality time, everything I apparently failed to do. But I'm a private investigator, and my intuition told me there was something fishy about Brad. Brad Mitchell wasn't his real name. Real name was Bradford Mills, and he had served a 5-year prison sentence in Colorado for identity theft and financial fraud. He'd been released from parole 2 years ago and immediately created a false identity. But worse than that, Brad had a pattern. He specifically targeted divorced women with teenage children, emotional manipulation, financial exploitation, and the most disturbing part, he showed inappropriate interest in teenage daughters. The background check showed restraining orders in 3 different states, all from mothers protecting their teenage daughters from Brad's too friendly behavior. I started monitoring Emma's attitude change. Phone calls during my custody weekends, distant behavior, and most alarming, constant positive comments about Brad. "Dad, Brad really understands me," she had said last week. "He supports my dreams. He's helping with my college plans." What kind of help? I had asked. Private tutoring, one-on-one sessions, study dates. He's so caring. Alarm bells were ringing. Instead of confronting Lisa, I decided to collect evidence. I put Brad under secret surveillance. I teamed up with professional partner Jackie Rodriguez. "Will," Jackie had said, "if this guy is really a predator, we need to approach carefully. Emma's safety is priority." "Exactly," I had said. "But at the same time, we need to show Lisa proof. She's currently completely infatuated with Brad." We started documenting Brad's daily routine, every morning high-end gym, noon business meetings, evening time with Lisa and Emma. But there were suspicious activities too. Regular visits to teenage hangout spots, shopping malls where he had no business being, and most concerning, frequent stops at coffee shops near Emma's school. "This man is hunting," Jackie had said. "There's a deliberate pattern. He's scouting his next victim." The breakthrough came when we hacked Brad's phone records. Legally questionable but necessary for Emma's safety. He was active on multiple dating apps, and in his profiles he was specifically searching for single mothers with teenage daughters. Reading his messages made my stomach turn. "I love helping young girls reach their potential," he had written to one woman. "Mentorship is so important during teenage years, especially one-on-one guidance." Emma's behavior patterns started changing. Secretive phone calls, new expensive gifts she couldn't explain, and most alarming, requests to spend alone time with Brad. "Dad, Brad is teaching me photography," she had said. "We're doing private sessions. He's such a good teacher." "Where do these sessions happen?" I had asked. "Sometimes his studio apartment, sometimes isolated locations for artistic shots, red flags everywhere." I prepared a comprehensive evidence package to approach Lisa. Brad's real identity, criminal history, current predatory behavior patterns, and most importantly, proof that Emma was potentially in danger. But Lisa was emotionally invested in Brad. Direct confrontation could backfire. I suggested meeting Lisa at a neutral location to discuss Emma's custody arrangement. "Will," Brad said, "you're jealous." Lisa said defensively, "He's an amazing man. He really cares about Emma." "Lisa, I have concerns about Emma's safety." "What concerns?" "Brad spoils her, gives her attention which you never did." Perfect opening. "Lisa," I said calmly, "Brad Mitchell isn't his real name." I put the evidence folder on the table. Real name is Bradford Mills. 5-year prison sentence, identity theft, financial fraud, and most importantly, multiple restraining orders from mothers of teenage girls. Lisa's face started changing as she read the documents. "This must be a mistake. Lisa, this is just criminal history. I also have current surveillance evidence." I showed phone records, dating app messages, and surveillance photos. He's currently dating at least 4 different single mothers. All have teenage daughters. The pattern is exactly the same. Lisa's hands started shaking. And the most disturbing part, I continued. The mentorship sessions with Emma, he did this exact same pattern with previous victims. Oh my God, Lisa said, starting to cry. Emma, my baby. They've become so close lately. Lisa, Emma is in danger. We need to act immediately. But how? Emma is completely attached to him. She won't believe me. We'll make her believe, I said. But carefully, we can't traumatize her. First step, I said. Stop contact with Brad immediately. Find an excuse, end the relationship. He'll become suspicious. Let him, I'll continue monitoring him. If he tries to approach Emma, we'll involve law enforcement. When Lisa broke up with Brad, there was a predictable reaction, first denial, then anger, finally threats. You'll regret this, Lisa, he had texted. Emma needs me. I'm the only one who understands her. Classic predator response. Emma's confusion. Emma was initially devastated by Brad's sudden disappearance. Mom, why did Brad leave? He promised to help me with college applications. Lisa and I decided on a gradual truth-telling approach. Age-appropriate information. Focus on safety. Brad started contacting Emma directly, appearing near school, social media messages, secret meeting requests. That's when we involved police. Detective Sarah Martinez took the case. Mr. Carter, the evidence is comprehensive. Arrest warrant is ready. Brad was arrested while leaving Emma's school. Possession of inappropriate photos. Violation of parole terms. Identity fraud charges. Emma witnessed the arrest. Reality hit her hard. Dad, she said that evening, crying. I'm so sorry. I thought he really cared. Emma, this wasn't your fault, I said. Predators are professional manipulators. Months of therapy sessions began. Emma's trust issues, Lisa's guilt, and my own anger management. Will, Lisa said one day, if you hadn't investigated, if Emma had been, don't think about what could have happened. I said, focus on what we prevented. Slowly Emma began healing. Therapy helped her understand manipulation tactics, red flags, personal safety. Dad, she said 6 months later, I want to learn about your work. Maybe I can help other kids. Lisa and I rebuilt our co-parenting relationship, not romantic, but respectful cooperation for Emma's sake. I misjudged you, Lisa said. I thought your paranoias was jealousy. It was actually paternal instinct. In court, Brad received a 15-year sentence, multiple charges, multiple states. Pattern of predatory behavior fully documented. Emma testified about manipulation tactics. Brave decision. Helped the prosecution case. 2 years later, I opened a specialized department at Carter Investigations, Family Protection Services, specifically for predator detection for divorced families. Emma, now 18, is studying criminal justice in college, wants to become a victim advocate. Last week, Emma called from college. Dad, my roommate's mom has a new boyfriend. Something feels off about him. Can you check? Send me his information, I said, smiling. Old habits die hard. Dad, Emma said, thank you for never giving up, even when I pushed you away. Emma, that's what fathers do, protect their children, even from themselves sometimes. Lisa occasionally calls for advice. Will, new dating app match. Can you run a quick background? Turns out, losing my family taught me how to protect families. Sometimes the best revenge against those who hurt your children is making sure they can never hurt anyone else's.